Welcome to this first video. In this video it's all about the shoulds. We either follow what our heart says, what we really want, or we follow what our mind says, what we actually should be doing. And this is the biggest discrepancy in the human psyche, in the human life anyway, that there's something that our heart suggests and then we do something else because we believe in doing something else we get what we need. And what we need is always happiness and fulfillment, because whatever we do, if you really boil it deep down and keep asking the question, why am I doing this? What's the emotional payoff? Why am I doing this? What emotion do I want to get from that? How does it make me feel? It's all about fulfillment and happiness. So this means that the shoulds are actually only an emotional substitute, and the substitute is not the real thing, it's just something that substitutes for being yourself, because true happiness and true fulfilling comes from you being just yourself. In this way you're at ease, you're poised, you're restful within yourself, and you express yourself in the way that it's good for you and that you feel like. Now, by living from the shoulds in the head, that actually means that we believe, okay, I need to become this consultant for exactly this company at McKinsey, and then I will have the freedom and that will make me happy. Instead of finding what is really true right here and right now, who am I, what does my soul really want to express itself to the world, like what do I really want to do, what are my heartfelt desires, this will make me really happy and fulfilled being myself. But we believe in wanting to be something that we are not, something else, neglecting the state that is right here and right now, that this will make us more happy than who we are right now. But this all comes from the fundamental misconception that the happiness is only imagined, is only projected in the future, and the only thing that prevents our happiness right now is actually the thought about the future. So right now we are unhappy because we believe that we need to be doing this so we will be happy in the future. But that's the fundamental misconceptions, as we shall see. Now, shoulds are taking you away from being yourself, because in being yourself you just are yourself. But this requires facing some deep fears, that in letting go everything that you want to be, you're actually okay. And there's abundance of love and attention and everything that you want and need when you're being yourself, when you stop struggling, you stop striving. But it's important to see that in letting go of wanting to be different than you are, you rest in yourself. And frankly speaking, that's the only way to become truly happy. And I believe this is the core fundamental distinctions that we need to make, where people really start to shift, because I'm truly excited about finding a method, like a methodology for people so they really make those shifts. And I believe it's about turning the things that we actually want, that we try to get by becoming something we are not, the emotional payoff of happiness and fulfillment, seeing that in wanting to be different, I actually prevent my happiness and my fulfillment, the deep payoff that I seek emotionally, and turning it onto itself, that by letting it go, facing the fears of letting go, of wanting to be different than I am, wanting to be that instead of staying where I am, letting go of that will actually get us to the happiness, and I believe this is the way to go to understand that. So I would like to introduce the topic of the core wound to you at this point, and maybe you've heard me speak about this before, because this is one of the fundamentals of everything that I give people. And that is, when a child grows up, there is a tipping point between having been unconditionally loved and then feeling that now conditions are being put on my behavior. That means at some point the parents sense that it now makes sense and it's the right time to teach the child the rules of the family and the rules of society. Previously to that, the child was given everything: love, food, attention, cuddling, everything that the child needs, and it feels like everything is being provided for. I have everything that I want, I just got to ask for it, in terms of like speaking, like shouting. It can't speak at this point, but shouting. And then the parents start, okay, now they sense like the child is growing more and more mature in its development, and now it's the time to teach it the rules. And now the child feels, well, I can't be just who I am, like express myself in the way I want to get all my needs met. Now I need to be a certain way. When the parents say, well, sit straight on the table, or don't eat with your fingers, or something like that, or don't be sad right now, in all those ways, the child then feels, okay, I need to be different than I am. Now I'm not enough anymore, and I need to alter myself to get this love and attention that I seek, because as a young child, it is also a physical need. The child actually physically dies if it doesn't get this love also on a physical level, so it physically dies. So it's a survival mechanism to alter yourself so that you match the parents' expectations, what you believe that they expect you to do or to be, in order to get this love and attention that you so desperately need and crave. And with this, the core wound is born of wanting to be different than we are. And this carries into adulthood, where we then believe we should be different than we are, because what we do right now is not enough to get what we need. So we need to alter ourselves. But in realizing that, it actually takes us further away from that. And how does that all relate to the entirety of this course? Maybe I should have said this in the very beginning, but the reason, like how that all fits together, is the only reason why we do not follow our hearts and live our secondary purpose and just walk our path is because we believe we should be doing something. This is a life purpose course. If you really want to find your purpose, you need to let go of all those shoulds. And how do you let go of those? By feeling it through. Feeling the fear of being yourself. Feeling those fears and then realizing on this, in the second vein, that what you actually want to get by altering yourself, you only will get that by being yourself. And being yourself requires then not only facing the fear of being yourself, but also facing the fear of letting go of wanting to be different than you are, because that used to be the primary strategy. It makes sense, okay? As a young child, this thinking. But if you inquire about that, it doesn't make sense as an adult at all, so you need to inquire about that. So this is the childhood trauma that it all comes down to, and it's seeing that there's nothing wrong with you. You see, some people have that in a more extreme form, some people have it in a less extreme form, some people feel truly frustrated and unhappy with the way they are, some people less so. But everybody has that, and we need to address that, and we need to inquire about that. So go to work on yourself on that, because that will change everything when you're being okay the way you are. Life will come your way big time, and it's beautiful to see that. And I would like to facilitate that for other people. And I would like to receive your feedback in case you witness that during this course and after that when you implement. So there is always a way. You see, that's the punchline. There's always a way to follow your heart. No should is ever valid. We believe we can only get the things that we need, become what we want to be, become happy and fulfilled, or family, whatever our goals and needs are, only when we are different than we are. But that's not true. There is always a way to make what you want an expression of who you are. No should is ever valid. Every should comes from the head. We've got to listen to our heart. And if we do, life responds to us in beautiful ways. So with this being said, let us jump right into the next video.